So it is to the printing press, to the recorder of man's deeds, the keeper of his conscience, the courier of his news, that we look for strength and assistance. Without debate, without criticism, no administration and no country can succeed, and no republic can survive. Fight for what's right. Fight for your life.
All right. Welcome to the Patriot Tech backup for the Patriot Hour. We got Greg Fluid Pour in studio, as you can see. What is up, brother?
Not a whole lot, man. What's going on?
All right. Got the mods in here. I see Amy holding it down. And looks like that's it. I don't know if everyone else knows about this channel, which is kind of cool because, you know, it's low key.
It's backup.
It's the backup to the backup. So we were just doing some garage talk here. We said we're going to kind of shoot it from the hip, but there's lots going on. What was going on with American Joe? What did he cover last night?
The Portland Antifa riots, marches, protests, whatever they want to call them.
So we had the low key. Yes, well, I saw a clip this morning that they were. Looks like some red hats were getting on the bus, and they were getting attacked. Watchful Warrior, what is going on?
Yeah.
Hold on here, folks. I have an issue.
The behavior is unreal.
Yeah, it's
out of hand.
It's kind of out of hand. What this is why I always had Scott sit here.
Yep.
So I can talk.
It's cool, man.
We're good. You guys somebody put good morning, Greg. Amy
Good morning.
Did. All right, give us a minute here, folks. I'm going to look at a few headlines. Media film industry promotes Satan worshipers as voice of reason. Of course they do.
Yep. We were just talking about all that.
So what about this CNN anchor, what we were talking about last night, too? Did you get a chance to read that article at all, Don Lemon?
Don Lemon. I know that the charges or accusations are climbing for him, which is going to fit his character perfectly.
So CNN anchor Don Lemon accused of being sexual predator in explosive civil suit. The plaintiff accuses Don Lemon of sexual assault that caused him emotional pain and suffering.
Good.
CNN fake news anchor Don Lemon has been one of the most scandalous anchors criticizing President Trump since he was elected, and that is about right. But the open homosexual is now being accused of grotesque sexual improprieties as an explosive new civil suit. Plaintiff Dustin Heiss alleges that Lemon accosted him at Murph's, a dive bar in the Hamptons. Heiss was working as a bartender at the different Hamptons bars at the time, and he claimed he was approached by Don Lemon after recognizing him from CNN appearances in a friendly manner. According to the lawsuit, Heiss tried to get Mr. Lemon's attention and offered to buy Mr. Lemon a drink, but the CNN host refused a drink offer and then said he was just trying to have a good time. This is when things begin to get a little strange. Mr. Lemon, who was wearing a pair of shorts, sandals, and a t-shirt, put his hand down the front of his own shorts and vigorously rubbed his genitalia, removed his hand and shoved his index and middle fingers in the plaintiff's mustache and under the plaintiff's nose. Yuck. Lemon then allegedly asked the victim, "Do you like pussy or dick?" Excuse my language, but that's what he said. Which forced Heiss to leave the bar, shocked and humiliated at the surreal encounter with the fake news reader. Heiss was overwhelmed with feelings of shame, humiliation, anxiety, anger, and guilt, which impacted his work in the Hamptons. He claims he was made into a laughingstock in the area after sharing the intimate details of the victimization to others. Heiss's full complaint can be read here.
It's unreal.
real that Don Lemon would sexually assault somebody like that in public in the Hamptons at this bar. Honestly, no, it doesn't surprise me at all that Lemon would do that.
The finger swipe is the best part. How's your mustache smell?
He did a little stinky chance says to him, but
Yeah,
from
we were not
the
gonna
front end.
Gotcha.
This is outlandish, folks. He needs to be fired from TV immediately, and until he can get all this figured out. You know, he just needs to step down as being a host and get his life together. Don Lemon, go away.
He's a wreck.
You're a wreck. Your life's in shambles, and
You're a disgrace.
you can't wipe your hand on people's stashes like that after, you know, touching your dirty area.
He was there to have a good time.
He's definitely there just to have a good time. Unreal, folks. What do you guys think about that? Leave us a comment. All right, so Greg, he's in town. We got some paintings as well, what we had been talking about. A really nice big one, folks. Somebody's going to get that. We're going to randomly pick somebody. Man.
Are you going to tease him and make him wait? You
Can't do
show
a
him?
live show now to even promote that. Just have to do a video. Yeah, no, we will show them. I'm going to do another video. We're limited. He's actually leaving the area today, so we got a little bit limited time to do a show here. I don't know, maybe in a few we'll take a small break, but we're only 7 minutes in, so let's just keep. So let me pull where I was at back up. It looks like I shut it down. Oops. Go to DC Dirty Laundry. Look at some headlines. Get ready. Here's a plan to take your gun. They know where you sleep through wall radar. Doesn't surprise me.
Nope.
The silence of the memes. CNN's employee problem. I took a look at that. Ooh. So, yeah, Fox News, Tucker, we don't know. He's on vacation, but it's we're hearing that it's an actual suspension.
Yep. We're supposed to have been suspended for 2 weeks. Told the public it was a vacation.
So perhaps the stress of working for fake news peddler for some of CNN's employees on the edge. In a rather bizarre culmination, the past week saw one reporter, I can't call these people journalists with a straight face, lose his ever-loving mind because someone said a word to him. Another reporter sized her henchman on the news editor, and yet another reporter was accused of grabbing someone's beans. And Frank, that's innuendo for genitals. I'm not sure which of these are the weirdest.
They left the finger swipe out.
No, right here, Don Lemon's mating rituals are odd. A civil suit brought against Don Lemon by the week of Dustin Heiss. If that Heiss recognized Lemon and offered to buy him a drink, Lemon rejected the offer. However, Heiss claims Lemon approached him later in the evening and made a graphic and physical sexual overture to Heiss, which included Lemon grabbing Heiss's crotch and then putting 2 fingers under Heiss's nose. So the one saying that he grabbed the other guy's. Man, which one do you go
Will the
with?
truth ever come out?
Why would he grab Heiss's and then put his own hand in his own face? How do you like your own junk, man? You know.
Why would you do that anyway? Why would you just...
Smell your own junk, dude.
No.
What do you think?
Musty.
Oh, hot boxing.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man. Heiss's boss, George something there, was with him, and they had gone to work directly to the party and witnessed the interaction. Unbelievable, folks. All right, so April Ryan, what did she do? Offering more than 2 fingers, and instead of opting for both palms and all 10 fingers, was April Ryan's bodyguard, Joel Morris, who violently ejected a member of the press from Ryan's speaking engagement. Hold on here. Claims that he was at tennis for 3 hours before things went sideways. As soon as Ryan was about to take the podium.
Did you see the comment? DJT. 2Q. says feed the Gitmo.
Feed the Gitmo, feed the Gitmo. Cameron appears to take it. As the cameraman is obviously being moved, Ryan starts speaking again to say, when I speak, I do not let the news cover my speech. All right, I don't know. Fredo Kumo. That was a good one. How about that?
Yeah.
Fredo. So there was a couple of meltdowns this week with CNN.
When he went on a rant because he's calling it like racist to call him Fredo.
Yeah.
What the heck?
But then they
How
came...
can they sit there and do that when they destroy everybody else on air? Like if you're a Republican. It's just the way that the injustice, the you know what I'm saying?
Well, even on my video I showed where he was on his channel, might have been a year before this incident, where a lady called Don Jr. Fredo. And he just sat there. And Mike didn't say, hey, that's a really racist term. Like, it wasn't used against him that time, but it was a black lady they had on calling Don. I mean, is that racist or is that any? Well, no, because she's black calling him Fredo, so it's okay.
So it's okay.
Doesn't make sense, folks. That's why you got to stand for something constantly or stand for nothing indefinitely. That's how I like to say it. Yeah. Stand for something constantly, or you're going to stand for nothing indefinitely in the eyes of everybody. And that's what's happening over there. They don't. Otherwise, he would have ape crap on her and told her, hey, watch that racist language, and calling another, are you Italian? Are you Italian? Well, I think Don Jr. is maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
You got Kumo, who is, and he's saying that was a racist slur to him. So then that black lady just did it to, but he didn't step up. He didn't correct her. He didn't intervene. And then they go further to say that I did that video on Friday or Thursday, and then they find footage of Kumo a couple years before all this on a radio thing calling himself Fredo. Like, well, I'm like Fredo.
It's okay if he does it, but not
Yeah.
if anybody else does.
Think about it. It's
Get the baby powder.
Yeah. Yeah.
This has been an awesome trip, man.
What do you think here? Can you read that?
Epstein pedo perpetrators evade justice.
And make it a little bigger even.
Yeah, you got old eyes.
Whoops. So click that.
So it says, now that Jeffrey Epstein is conveniently out of the picture, the pedo sex slavery case will shift to his co-conspirators, according to Attorney General Barr. And at the ABC News, what did they say? That's General Barr, let me assure you, this case will continue on against anyone who was complicit with Epstein. Any co-conspirators should not rest easy. Watch out, they're coming.
So there you go, folks.
Nothing's happening, right?
Let me see here.
Wake up, it is happening. It's going to happen. It's just a period of time. It's a waiting game. Cards must be laid, one by one.
There is a process of exposing.
Fredo sauce on an egg. Watchful warrior. That's awesome. Greg, please speak up. You're too quiet.
Lean in real close. Let me hear you. Say something.
How about now?
See, yeah, they can hear you. I can hear
Okay.
you. Yep, that's
I'll
all it
move
is.
over.
That microphone's not as sensitive, folks. I could turn up his...
Feed.
Well, it's all the way up.
Well, I'll just talk into it more.
There you are. You're good.
If that's better. Yep, Watchful Warrior says to turn me up too.
There you go.
Okie doke. Guys, it's all the way up.
It is.
So
If he
I
puts
just
his mouth
need to,
right on it, he'll...
talk right into the microphone.
How's that, guys? Do you hear him better?
Yep.
All right.
I gotta hang the traitors by the neck until they snap. I like that. I don't know. What do you think about that? How do you think he's gonna put them? You think he's gonna put them down? Are they gonna sit in jail for a while?
The Manhattan
Well, let's hear.
Correctional Center over the weekend regarding Jeffrey Epstein. This sex trafficking case was very important to the Department of Justice and to me personally. It was important to the dedicated prosecutors in the Southern District of New York and to our FBI agents who investigated the case and were preparing it for trial. Most importantly, this case was important to the victims who had the courage to come forward and deserve the opportunity to confront the accused in the courtroom. I was appalled, and indeed the whole department was, and frankly, angry to learn of the MCC's failure to adequately secure this prisoner. We are now learning of serious irregularities at this facility that are deeply concerning and demand a thorough investigation. The FBI and the Office of Inspector General are doing just that. We will get to the bottom of what happened, and there will be accountability.
Good.
But let me assure you that this case will continue on against anyone who was complicit with Epstein. Any co-conspirators should not rest easy. The victims deserve justice, and they will get it.
Good. It's about time we got somebody willing to do it.
That's what it really boils down to, folks. Somebody willing to do it. Stick their neck out, do the right thing. That's what blew my mind with the Hillary Chinese thing, the McCullough. He was doing his job, what was expected of him, and then the whole system turned on him. Like, I'm just doing it. And how many times has that happened? I've seen it.
And he became a shill for them.
It's like, you're going to let Hillary go down? Come on, man. It's like, I'm just doing my job, and this is what it led to. I thought we had rules on that. She's going to fire you, dude, when she wins. I'm just saying, hey. And that's what, I think that was a common thread. The people that weren't even really involved didn't ever really do anything bad. Like, we know there are some good people, normal people that have made it from their state all the way to DC and aren't really doing bad, don't really know what's going on, but just by the flow, the way of everything is up there, they'll typically do things to be like, oh, I'm not getting in. Hillary's going to win, so therefore I'm not going to do this.
Sweep it under the rug or you lose your job.
Yes.
No,
yes.
I'm sorry, my integrity comes first.
Yep. That's
integrity over that crap, man.
That's right. Honor.
No money is worth it.
The courage, the commitment to do the right thing, folks.
Courage, commitment. Yeah, there you go.
And those are foundations for, to move around. Yeah.
Well, in the Army, I had them both. Honor, courage, commitment. And then we had the leadership. We had loyalty, duty, honor, respect, selfless service, integrity, personal courage.
Yes.
It's the overall package, man. You can't do it both ways. And it's not a double justice system, It's not a two-way justice system. There's not two different plans for the peasants and the royalty.
Yeah, two sets of laws.
It's coming down.
Let me see here.
I just wanted to give a quick shout out, if that's okay, Mike, to everybody that helped us with the house. But one of my friends came down from high school yesterday. She said she's a nurse. And she said it's probably not safe to stay there, so we're actually considering a move. And being in New York is not fun. New York sucks.
He's ready to bounce like most people.
I don't fit. I don't meld well with the atmosphere. You know what I mean? Because the integrity that I have, and then some of the people around there are way different. It's just not my cup of tea. I'd rather be somewhere like Midwest or South. I know Amy's gonna throw up. What about Alabama? I'm a Tide fan, but that ain't gonna happen. I gotta stay somewhere cold.
What do you guys think about that?
Come down to Florida. Yeah, we were down there, last summer, or not this last April, but the April prior. We went down there for a small vacation, got some friends from the military down there in Palm Coast. We stayed down there. It was awesome. Beautiful beaches. Flagler Beach. You'll see anybody that goes to Flagler Beach, you go to Tortugas. Some of my paintings are up there in their restaurant. Yeah, I am a Bama fan. Roll Tide. It's going to be quite a thing if we were to end up out in Indiana somewhere, or Michigan, close by Notre Dame. The Fighting Irish.
Hold on here.
World Warships.
I didn't get heard by them, but you heard it.
Yes, I did.
All right, so hold on. Let me look up something here. I'm looking. You can keep talking if you want, brother. What else are you thinking? So you guys are wanting to get out of there. possibly.
Yeah, get out of there. I don't know, man. She really likes Indiana. Believe it or not, we used to drive truck across here all the time, but
Never
now
stop.
that we never really had a chance to stop and see what's out here. But I'm telling you, the people here are awesome. We did the flag retirement ceremony yesterday. We did that live on Patriot Tech, and then just the gathering of the people, the bikers, the way they did everything at the post was awesome. Woodman. Guys, Woodman is the stuff, man. I love that guy. My wife loves him to death. Ben is awesome. We had a really good time. Just a amazing time. Makes you not want to go home. But we got to get back there and figure out what we're going to do with that house. You know.
We gotta take care of business. Man, I typed in this video 100%. And it won't even.
Which one?
One I had years ago, Patriot. I had to go to an old account to even. Okay, so I'm finding the guy's actual channel, I think.
I'm blown away with the setup in here, man. The studio's, it rocks. The only thing I could suggest differently is like putting that painting on the wall.
Oh yeah. Oh, he will.
It was fun coming out though, man. It was a nice drive. It was just relaxing. The atmosphere.
Sorry, guys. They're not hearing that, but you are. I'm maybe getting close here.
Thank you, Amy. It's awesome being in here. You should see it if you guys get the chance. Yeah. It's definitely worth the time to come and visit. Awesome family.
Teach you, or we'll.
Awesome neighbors too. Holy crap, man.
Big old party.
Hospitality. Love it. The people are so friendly. It's not like New York. There are some nice people out there, some country, but for the most part, it's really lacking. It's more about self out there. Bunkhouse, RV, and trailer. Yeah. I got you, Mel. Homeschool the boys. Absolutely. We've been talking about that because I have we had a slight problem with bullying at our school, Limestone, Allegheny. I hate to call them out, but I've had a few children take their own lives due to bullying over the last 6 years. And I have a really close Asperger's child, close to autistic, and he was having some trouble with one of the teachers, but being a proactive dad, I went in there and asked that teacher how it was to feel bullied, you know? It's just ridiculous, man. Kids don't even feel safe going to school anymore. What is this? This is the division that they've created. And we're trying to fight against it. Trying to end that crap.
All right, I found the video finally. All right, this is something a little sidestep. This is something to do with the illegal immigration. This is under Obama.
You know what that stands for, right? One big ass mistake, America.
I believe that.
Sorry about the language, guys.
So here we go. Look, they promised the world good amnesty in '86. Amnesty's just made things worse. Then they gave amnesty to a couple million. So these several people spoke to the Riverside Board of Supervisors to support a pro-amnesty resolution. About the same number of U.S. citizens.
Sonia Rodriguez, please.
This is out in California.
Next would be Thomas Gonzalez.
So these are judges that took the oath, by the way, to the Constitution.
Buenos días, mi nombre es Sonia Rodríguez, soy promotora comunitaria del Valle de Coachella. Estoy aquí para soportar la reforma migratoria porque creo que todas las personas que están en la oscuridad merecen el derecho de salir a la luz.
Skip it a little here. You'll see how polite the judges are to the somewhat illegal. I must have turned down the volume.
So these judges are...
My name is Sonia Rodriguez, and I'm also a member of the Líderes Campesinas, and I am here to support the reform measures because I believe
Creo que es justo que las personas indocumentadas salgan de la
This is a
oscuridad
court in California.
y que los ciudadanos americanos
This is unreal.
jóvenes
And there's like
salgan
illegals in
por
here
esto.
coming in to help, like say,
I
we
believe it's
support
just
the
for us to
amnesty
be
thing.
talking
Of
about
course.
Of course you
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
You're
It's,
gonna get-
you're biased.
There's an,
You got a dog in the race.
effect
She's
on
gotta have
also
a
the citizens
translator.
of the
Now
American
watch.
citizens
Listen to
as
the judge
well
come back, Hobie.
that will be
A long
affected
way.
by this measure.
So Chairman Benoit panders shamelessly, thanking the pro-amnesty and illegal speakers. He did not thank those who spoke against
So, with
amnesty,
your
though.
permission, let me say a couple of words.
Watch.
Le doy las gracias a los líderes campesinos por
Todas
asistir y
gracias.
compartir sus opiniones
This is a
sobre la
full-on white
resolución de
man.
reforma de
Agenda
inmigración
3-
comprensiva.
whatever that was.
Look at that guy.
Les agradezco el trabajo que hacen, hacen para mejorar las vidas de las personas y familias que trabajan en la agricultura, especialmente en el Valle de Coachella, mi casa, donde
Yes, I'm
Here's
here
another
to fully support the immigration reform.
on.
Me
Look at
being
this guy.
an undocumented immigrant, think that it is
gracias por asistir hoy a todos.
Ms.
Thomas Gonzalez and then
He's just
Raymond.
admitting he's
yes.
undocumented.
I'm here to
I
fully
mean, why is he
support
not being?
the immigration reform. Me being an undocumented immigrant,
Why
think
is he
that
not in
it
cuffs
is very
right
important
now?
for our
Take
country
him-
to move
where's
forward,
ICE?
to progress, and to definitely feel the void of being
Speak English or get
rejected
out.
or neglected for
Love
not having citizenship in this country. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
I'm blown
you.
away, dude.
Thank you. Now, the Herrera is a U.S. Navy veteran. He lost his construction business due to competitors and
Raymond
illegal
Herrera?
workers.
It will be followed by Elizabeth Ayala.
Good morning to the Board of Supervisors for the County
you
of
for your
Riverside.
service,
My
sir.
name is Raymond Herrera. I am the president and founder of We the People, California's Crusader in the battle against illegal immigration. Benoit, you know, you're not a congressman. None of you are. For you to even bring up a resolution dealing with federal issues and matters, you're way out of line.
Hello.
And having all these illegal aliens up here that you were wrapped around and having them speak to the American people. Let me tell you something, Benoit. I am an American. And if you want to know, I'm Mexican descent. I'm not Hispanic or Latinos like these illegal aliens that were up here speaking on behalf of illegal alien criminal elements in our society. And you're an elected official. You took the oath of office to uphold the Constitution of the
Hello.
United States of America, of which you and everybody up here are subverting. Which is it, people? Are you here to legislate for the American people or illegal elements, illegal aliens that were up here? The guy who just spoke before me admitted to you he's an illegal alien. He calls himself an immigrant. He's an illegal alien. You can call him Hispanic. You can call him Latino. That's like using the N-word on an American like me. Don't you ever call me Latino or Hispanic. Don't you ever align me with those people that were up here. They need to go home to Mexico where they can fix their country and stop displacing American workers. Broken immigration system? Yeah, because the fire and the sword of the magistrate is not enforced. The rule of law must be enforced. Deport all these people. Deport the children because they're children of illegal alien parents. Deport anybody that's here illegally. I don't care what color their skin is. But for this board to have this item on their agenda and be in the newspaper trying to use your power and position to convey to the American people that surrender your country. It's okay for them to take my job and displace my American children and give them my American dream and the American dream and my American children, because Benoit, it's not your job that's being given away. It's none of your jobs. It's none of your college degrees that have been surrendered. And you stand up here as the county board of supervisors for the county of Riverside trying to dictate policy to the American people. Shame on you. Do you know what the oath says? Uphold the Constitution, not subvert it.
Hello.
Thank you for your comments.
Yeah,
We-
that's thank you.
that's
Thank you
right.
for your
You s-
comments.
Yes, sir. And then it goes on to more illegals coming up and pandering, and then him every time saying, "Oh, thank you, por favor, so much." You know, but for him, they didn't want to hear
And
it.
judges need to be arrested.
That's the problem, folks. It's not a broken system. It's an unenforced one. We need to enforce, and then we can fix the broken look to it or the issues. It's truly, like somebody just said, it's not broken. It's just unenforced by people like this. You got these judges coming in, and like he said, this isn't even in your area to be thinking. And you know, I'm all for the states having their sovereignty and whatnot, but when they start, you know, going against direct, I mean, here's the example: these states haven't taken on like medicinal marijuana for the fear of, well, it's still against federal. They can't operate with the money because the federal government's got it. So the states that do even mess with like medicinal marijuana are operating in all cash. You can't put the monies into the banks. It's because it can be deemed, you know, racketeering money or drug laundering money because of the federal government's stance on it. But yet you have these states that will be a sanctuary state, which goes directly against the federal government. So, but then they still want the money to flow into, and it's like, no, you're not going to go by this. We're not going to give you any federal aid. Oh, well, shame. You know, it becomes this huge issue in the news. It's crazy, folks. It really, really is crazy. So, I don't know.
What's crazy is the dismantling of our Constitution.
Systematic
dismantling. And it's, I think everybody that wants to see all the justice happen, you got to just wait. It's coming. He's got to build it step by step so that he can do it the right way, so he's not found against breaking the law or found against the Constitution. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But he hit it on the head. The oath was to uphold and to defend that Constitution from forces of
not
evil,
subvert.
Man.
Don't
not
subvert
it. No subversion.
That's all we're asking for, folks.
Shall not be infringed, period.
And all these issues that Trump's had with things getting blocked, they've always gone to that next level up. You know, they talk about like, oh, see, we stopped him, but they don't talk about, well, then that went on to the Supreme Court and Trump got won. It got, you know, the ban actually went in. There's a lot of judges that aren't upholding the Constitution anymore. We got leftist, liberal people that are here to help break apart America, put in, I think, over these last 20, 30, 40, 200 years, but, you know, really in these last couple of decades, that were there to help beat up America, help take it down, I guess. I can only put it that way. They're subverting the Constitution. And if you do it at that highest level, you know, it's like we can just go in and just break laws and not do it. And it's always like, no, we got to go in and twist it and get in and get embedded. And
what is it? It took 150 years to screw the system up. It's not going to take 2 years to rebuild it. We have to go in and systematically take down what they have systematically built up.
Yes.
Step by step. So for people to sit back and say that nothing is happening, you got to wake up. You got to open your eyes and see what's going on around you. Realize that this isn't about you. It's about your neighbor.
Yes.
It's about your fellow patriots. It's about everybody that loves the system of liberty and freedom.
Yeah. I mean, think about your own personal journeys out there. Maybe you're like, you know, a year and a half ago, I was pretty much asleep. I come across your channel and some other ones, and thank you guys, by the way. And I'm really in tune now. About a year and a half ago, I came in, was totally asleep, and I'm little by little, and I get it. I understand this, Q-team, Trump, what they're doing, blah, 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 possibly. And now you're like, when is it going to happen? Ain't no arrest happened yet. And it's like, we'll have people, when's the swamp's going to be drained? Well, what are you going to do? You know, you're going to turn back away and go back to sleep, or you're going to keep following. It's like you kind of understand you're awake, but now you're wanting result. The swamp's been drained around the world. There's been so many CEOs, so many, you know, CFOs, people in D.C. not seeking re-election, the people that have been left, the people that the DOJ has fired, people that have been terminated, power removed. I mean,
it's not that it's not happening.
They're not arrested yet, but just them being gone is a huge plus.
It's a huge
I would
plus.
take that over nothing.
Absolutely.
I mean,
and it's the mainstream is not going to report on these things the way that One America News, OAN, and your channel, and American Joe, and
Oh, they're
Brad
saying, like you
Bishop
said,
down in
Fox is even
Texas.
now flipping, and they've never been 100% truth anyway. But there are some good people there that are coming after them now. I'm not saying Bill Riley was good, but they got rid of Bill Riley a few years ago, who did speak up against some. He was complicit on a lot of levels, but I'm just saying he did speak up against some of the cabal. Gone. Tucker possibly gone. Hannity next, gone. Once that's it. Hannity and Tucker. Once those two are gone, what's left?
CNN. Fox
You know,
turns into CNN.
Woodman said it great a couple weeks ago. He's like, "Oh, this is great, blah, blah. I'm just waiting. When, Mike? When do you think like CNN, MS? When are they going to start reporting on the right thing?" I was like, "Don't hold your breath. Some of these will never." I still believe CNN was created with the power of the Clintons. Clinton News Network,
Yep.
CNN. They used to be a little more fair when it was less obvious and back in the day, and now there's all the competition and you got this system being torn apart. They are on a mode of don't say anything bad on Hillary anymore, because before in the past they would. Hillary tripped today, and they probably allowed that to come out like we can't be perfect, and they know that wouldn't fly. But now it is a don't say anything bad, don't mumble a word about the bad stuff going on with these people, only dial in on Trump. If he feeds the hunger, hit him on that, there's a hunger over here that he didn't feed. If he doesn't feed the hunger, we can go ahead and go with plan A. But there's always, like I said, he can come out and say, "I'm going to feed the hunger around the world." And they'd be like, we got hunger here. You're bad. You're a bad man. "I'm going to feed the hunger here then." "Wow, we got hunger around the world. You're a bad man." No matter which way, they're going to get him.
It's always sacrifice America for the rest.
Yeah. So he can do no right, because that's their angle. He can do no right. So we stick by that, and he won't do no right in our eyes. So they'll broadcast that to you. So I told Woodman that some of these businesses are done. If the CNN is truly Clinton owned and they're not going to be around, they don't really care if it survives. So they're going to go down with the ship. And that's what we're seeing happen, folks. They don't care that they won't be around in a year or 2 years because if this happens, if the actual everything happening happens, they know they won't be around. There'll be nobody to run the damn thing. So you're seeing this ship sinking, and they're just standing on it, yelling,
Hanging on as
yelling,
long as
and
they
then
can.
until the water goes over their head, they'll and they're done.
Yep.
So they're not. Don't wait.
They're
Like they're finally going to
self-imploding.
come around and they start reporting true news. They've never reported true news. Why would they do it at the end? To be right? To maybe survive? No. Some will. Some won't.
A lot of people like to watch Fox too, but we see the systematic breakdown of it. We see it falling apart. Well, they've already got CNN trash. Now we got to trash Fox.
Hiring people like what's her name to come and be
Donna Brazile.
Donna
Are you
Brazile.
kidding
Are
me?
you serious? I mean, why? What purpose
Isn't
does it
she
serve?
the one that said speaker today and president tomorrow? Didn't she say something like that?
And then showed a picture of a $5 bill for Lincoln or something.
Yeah, I don't remember what that was.
That was what was all to do with my yellow submarine. It was like they had first posted like Hamilton, and because of the presidents getting shot, it was Hamilton and they dueled. Who was it? Hamilton and Taylor, not Taylor.
No. It was Adam Burr.
Adam Burr or Bill Burr. Adam,
No,
Bill
Adam
Burr's
Burr.
a comedian.
Bill Barr is the current attorney general. But very good.
No, Bill Burr.
Bill Burr.
That's a comedian, dude. Bill Burr, Burr, Burr. But no, Adam. Yep. It was, and that was over a rumor that one man called the other name a scandalous name or something back then. Well, shoot, I'll duel you.
Yeah,
They dueled.
it happened in Waukegan, New Jersey, on the shores there.
Yep.
On the flats.
So
Weehawken, New Jersey.
yes.
And they floated across the river, and as Alexander Hamilton laid there with the shot, the fatal wound, the mortal wound, he said, "Let my opponent, Mr. Burr, know that I hold him in no contempt." I did a report on this, and it's funny how this is all tying together, because I'm sitting here thinking, I got my pocket Constitution right here, and I'm like, Mike, what do you think when it comes to Constitution, you think it was written to be changed or written to be set in stone, because if it were written to be set in stone, none of this stuff could have happened because there would be no changes.
Yeah,
And
is
some
it
of the changes
people
were-
say that a lot. Is it a living document? Is it a living, breathing document? Or is it, they pretty much cover, I think they pretty much covered everything.
Yeah.
And it isn't living, but that's where some people, see, folks, that's the whole thing you're battling here is, like literally some of these people on the left, they're not just, I mean, they truly believe in this stuff. It's not just, you know, it's so deep to them. They truly, literally believe in this stuff. That's what's scary.
Yeah, I don't know what's scarier, Hillary or the voters.
Yeah.
Like that's, I don't understand. You guys know how dirty she is. People know, but it's like they want that keep giving me stuff. Keep giving me stuff. I want the free stuff.
Yeah, it's
I want the easy path through life. I want the socialism where everybody's on an even keel. No. That's not what we are about in America.
no.
That's not what this country was founded on. This country was founded on freedom, liberty, pursuit of happiness, personal happiness. And that's what it needs to stay. And unfortunately, like President Trump said to the squad, if you don't like it here, leave. Go back, fix your own problems in your own countries. And when you can do that successfully, then come back here and teach me how to do it with my nation.
Yeah, I mean, why would a whole country, like, so we know Mexico has a complete gun ban. The only people down there with
Have
guns
the
are the
ones that-
federale, you know, the police and the cartels.
The cartels.
Gangs, all right? But more people die there in between those battles, between the police shooting at the cartel, I guess, and the cartel shooting back at the police, and then just random normal humans getting caught, you know.
Caught up in the crossfire.
Casualty of war, we call that in the war zone. But
And where did they get those guns?
where did those guns come from? Why is it going on now? And you're going to tell me that the whole country is going to run out of there because of the government and then the cartel. They're able to chase everyone out. And if they're able to just come in freely, and these people here are like, oh, don't worry about them, they're just hungry. Well, then can't the cartel just keep chasing them freely right in? Well, they're not doing that, Mike. Well, I think they are because we have MS-13 here, we have gangs. But I'm just saying eventually, and if everyone comes, if there's a certain fraction of people getting picked on, and they feel like, and this is why they're coming here, we got corrupt government and bad cartel, they're shooting at me. Okay, well then, if you're all leaving because of that, aren't the cartels and the government going to have nobody to control? So they're going to end up coming too. That's one way to look at it. Like if you terrorize your culture and then you allow them all to leave, and that's the reason we need to let all of them come here, because if they're picking on a certain fraction and those leave, and then these guys are left to not pick on anyone, so they're going to start picking on other people in their society, and then those people, will run to America too. When does it ever stop? Isn't it like a vacuum? It doesn't.
It creates a vacuum, and everybody runs here, and then guess what? We are destroyed at that point.
And now we're still, the whole time that's happening, I can't run into Mexico. People are like, well, go to Mexico. I can't. For some reason, they don't allow it that easily. You can't just go to these other places. You have to be kind of processed, paperwork, and go through the right way. There's
Freedom's last stand.
Yeah, we're the last place to. If we turn this into a third world shithole here, folks, there's nowhere for us to run to.
No turning it back
Yeah.
either. Once the
Where
power,
do we run to?
Once the people's power is gone, it's gone.
So you got to stand up. There's more people running out of there than that could just go storm their own government, I would say, I guess, and take it back, fix it up, get rid of these people.
Right.
That's what should be happening. But unfortunately, it's not all around the globe. They've disarmed the citizens, and then they've come at you, and then all you can do is run.
Hey, here we go. Randy Robbins. I caught this, Watchful Warrior. Use Epstein's money to buy one-way tickets to another country they want to live. Denounce your citizenship to receive your free one-way tickets. It's that easy, and that's the best damn thing I've heard yet.
But where?
Go.
But where?
That's not our problem.
I know, but that's how much they don't think. The people that spit that out, that I'm going to go somewhere if Trump wins. We were talking about this. I was telling Greg, I was like, before Trump won and the build up, they're telling us if Trump wins, stock market's going to crash, the economy's going to go down, we're going to be in World War III, and there's going to be riots in the streets, Mike. And I was just like, what the hell? And then when the riots happened, we could have went and ripped the mask off one of these Antifa members, and it would have been that same guy that might have been sitting there talking to you. They do it in the they're telling you, like, there'll be rioting, bro. And you're like, no, there won't. And then there was. And then if you went and checked, you can, Tim, I didn't know that. You told me there would be rioting. You didn't say, I'm going to go out and riot, Mike. That's what you should have said. It's like, if he wins, I'm going to go out and riot. That would have, like, not, then I could have had, like, you shouldn't do that, man. Why would you do that? It's like, well, because I'm going to prove something. But they don't tell you that way. They tell you that there will be rioting, that there will be war, that there will be murder, because they're telling you what they're going to do. It's like playbook. Yeah. So here's what was supposed to happen, I think, and I broke this down before, folks. We were in such a state that this had to happen this way. We know that you could, under Obama, they were going to go and we could have all woke up one morning under the Obama administration to Obama been arrested for treasonous charges and by the military. People wouldn't have bought it. The economy back then, the culture of people, nobody knew that there was anything wrong at all with the presidency because the news was complicit. They were all on the same team. It's like a well-oiled machine. They're putting out propaganda day after day. If you would have woke up to midway through that election process in 2010, 2011, 2012, and just heard that he was arrested, it would have caused huge outbreaks of uprising. Oh, they got the black man, the first black president. This is outrageous. This is racism. This is racist. They would have had every reason and most people didn't think he did anything wrong. They would have had to start telling you on the fake news that, well, they're accusing him of, working with the enemy. It wouldn't have went over well because nobody knew nothing about it. It was being so held secret.
Yeah.
So this is an exposure thing, folks.
They have to expose everything before they can.
Yeah,
really
it doesn't make sense.
Start draining swamp, if you will.
Because we're fearful. These people are weak. The people at the top that control things, they rely on lies and deceit.
And they're running scared.
A good leader doesn't have to be strong himself. He just has to have all the followers be strong for him and to do what they say, and then they're strong. Power, money doesn't necessarily. He's got all the money, he's got all the power, and he's a weightlifter and a 3-time Gold Glove champion boxer. Like, no, that's not normally the case. They're powerful, they're rich, and they have a lot of people under them, and there comes their power. Armies. You can point an army at you. That's powerful, all right? So it's not that they're powerful themselves. They're very weak individuals, actually very scared individuals.
I was just going to say, they're very scared.
Yes.
They're very scared because they know their time is running short. And am I right in saying that the congressmen up there, all the D.C. swamp creatures that are connected to this, they're immune until this Congress closes.
Yes.
And once this Congress closes, they're on their last legs right now, and they know it. I don't know the exact date the Congress goes into recess. I'll look that up, but once they do, they're able to be arrested.
Yeah.
They are able to be held accountable and done with what needs to be.
Yes. Yeah, that's
I'd be
that's
scared
definitely
too
going to
if
happen.
I was involved in some crooked crap like this.
That is exactly what's happening. So this whole movement, folks, is to slowly but surely, day by day, grab a few more people and waking them up. Because, like I said, the biggest frustration, and I can wrap this up on a comment of, like, for example, if I'm that in tune, which typically I am, but I'll see a name come across, and we'll just use name totally randomness, but like a John Smith, John Smith, 1 month ago, I'll get a comment saying, "Oh, I just found your channel. I'm new to waking up. I just came from some chemtrail videos. Now I found you. Oh my gosh." And then a week later, "This is great." 2 weeks in, commenting, "Oh, you guys have woke me up so much. I'm so in tune now." And it's like week 3. "When are the rest going to happen? I'm getting tired of waiting." Week 4,
slow process.
on month, now they're a month in from being a total asleep, thinking that Hillary is great and that Trump's a Russian, counter spy agent, to being awake a month later, and now they're ready to give up on the truth stuff because nothing's happening fast enough for them. They know it all now. Why is there a delay? It's like the whole program was designed for them personally. Like, once I wake up, now I'm ready. When's the arrest happen? I'm awoke. I get it now. When? No, you think about where you were a month ago, brother, and think about all the other people that aren't awoke yet, which is, I'm going to give it a rough, 50% of the U.S., maybe 40% are still asleep. Each time a D class comes out, each time another phase of this comes out, I think we get a few more dozen, thousands of people.
Yep.
So it's like, we're at 40% awake or 40% asleep still, 38%, 35% asleep. I don't know if the arrest will happen until the movement, the people know that we got down to, because if we have 20% of the population still asleep, that's only 20% that can go out and riot when the mainstream media tells them to. That's the fear. That's what's going to happen. Oh, Trump just did this and they're coming in, folks. This is a dictatorship. You need to get out to the streets. You need to fight back. You need to fight back against this system. That's what they're going to tell the people. I believe so. So it's going to be the Democrats, the leftists, the liberals that are told to go out, go to the streets, throw rocks, flip cars, burn buildings, break windows, loot, riot, steal, take what you want. I don't know. Fight back is what they're going to be told. So we don't want to do that at a 50%.
It's going to be a countrywide Ferguson, Missouri.
Yeah, we don't want to do that at 50%. Trump doesn't want that. He knows that we are good people that have been brainwashed, and you need to be unbrainwashed. If it took you 200 years to brainwash everyone to this point, is it going to take 200 years to undo it? I don't even find that unreasonable.
No.
I know it doesn't take that long. Does it take 100 years? I don't think it takes that long. Does it take more than a year? More than 2? Yeah.
You look at all the pieces that are falling into play. You look at how the education system has dumbed down this country, how people aren't being taught. These are all key steps that the deep state has used to enslave the people. And now that the people are starting to wake up, it's got to be used in reverse against them.
Yeah, I totally agree.
The people have to be re-educated so that they can actually wake up and realize that, hey, the news that we've been fed, this stuff isn't right. The truth is out there. We're in the, what do they call it, the intelligence age or the information age, man. Come on, guys. You got to open your eyes and wake up to what's going on. There's a lot of bad crap going on.
Yeah, there is. So don't feel, folks, that's what I wanted to hit on here today, I guess. Don't feel that things aren't happening, because they are. There's been tons of people fired. That's the biggest thing is, I'm leaving D.C. area on my own behalf. I'm just going to go back into the private sector. That's huge.
Good. We don't want to see your face no more.
Yep.
Have fun.
And that's huge, folks. We don't need,
corruption needs to go.
Yes.
The corruption's got to go. Integrity's got to come back. Morals have got to come back. Place God first in this nation. And, he will heal this land. It says it right in 2 Chronicles 7:14.
Yes. So that's all, folks. We are waiting, I think, with all this D-class getting ready to just keep rolling. It's going to be a waterfall of information that it's going to be the liberal undo, the leftist undo. There's going to be no turning back for them. We're gonna keep getting numbers more and more woke as this comes, and I think once we get down to that final, whatever works for Trump or the law enforcement that are strategically the military, the least amount of harm we can have done to typical civilians. We've already, it's like if you reverse the money and we fix everything, everyone's like, well, what about the people on welfare and the disability people? Well, it'll take time, and they'll get. No, I think they know we've suffered a lot already. There should be no more suffering for the masses of people. We've been lied to. We've been manipulated. So I think they've worked it out to where it's the least amount of damage, and they're not going to flip things like the monetary system, and then people are like, well, what do we do until we figure it out, you're going to all go hungry for a couple more months, and you're going to suffer a little more. I don't think they're doing that. I think they've gotten every little crook and nanny detail finite, just like a good operation would, figured out. It's just about, the stages of implementing it and getting it all out there. And when we get down to this small number, maybe when they feel comfortable, there's 16% of the population still asleep. We know that 6% are permanently fried. not due to their fault, but just because of propaganda for 50 years of their life now. They will not wake up. Cognitive dissonance is pumping through their system.
You want to see how many people are waking up. Watch Trump rallies.
Yes, that is a tall tale sign.
That's only the people that are inside the building that you see. What about the 12, 15, 20,000 outside that couldn't get in?
Yeah. There's always more on the outside.
That's the way to I guess, figure out how many people are really awake. Who's waking up, and for those that aren't waking up, it's our job to do it, to try to help them, get through that brainwash. It's not their fault.
All right, so we got a guest on that doesn't want to show his face, folks. Go ahead, talk to him. You see that?
Yeah, how about that?
When you're on that side of the light, so bright. You can tell
how tired I am, man. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired.
Let me see this.
We have kicked butt this weekend. I think this is the best weekend I've had in long time. I don't want to go home. It was a great and like I said, I haven't had that much good time at my lead. It just so worked out, folks, that him coming into town this week, and then with the flag retirement.
Yeah, I looked into some stuff. I'm like, dude, we got like a flag retirement thing, and then the night before that, there's people. Our Legion sits on I don't know 5 or 6 acres with a little bit of woods.
It's huge.
But we have a field, and there was of RV community, so RVs, bonfire, music. The night before, and so we actually, instead of hanging out in the Legion, we're outside around all this going on. And then yesterday was just the flag. You guys saw it if you watched. Flag retirement, huge bands playing throughout the day, drinks, food.
My kids had so much fun swimming in the saltwater pool.
Yes. What was I going to do? Oh, the lamp behind you.
The lamp? You're going to turn it on?
Well, I got a way I was going to see, but we're about done here. We're at the hour mark, actually. Short too. But go ahead and keep talking, because I got you up there.
Well,
give a good wrap up, shout outs, just anything to the Patriots that you think they need to hear, maybe some motivational with everything coming.
Keep paying attention, keep watching what's going on. Don't fall asleep. Don't get caught up in the impatient game. Want. Well, you got to wait to have the things happen slowly and the way they need to happen. You know what I mean? It's just systematic. Make sure you know your Constitution. Make sure you know your rights. Keep God, faith, family, nation. Keep it all in one, man. This is the where we go one, we go all kind of ending. The Great Awakening, I guess. Been doing a lot of different talking this weekend, man. A lot going on. I just still, again, thank you to everybody that helped us with the house. I don't know where we're gonna go from here, but check out the channel for my channel, Fluid Pour Art by Greg, and then you can find me on Pinterest. We don't do the Facebook thing anymore, just because of past issues, and don't wanna get into it no more.
I hear that.
But yeah, check the channel out. Subscribe if you want to. Thanks everybody for everything y'all did. It was awesome. It's helped us greatly.
All right, there you heard it from Greg. Again, folks, I'm going to be doing a video. We had a great jam-packed weekend.
Lots of photos.
Lots of photos. Got some stuff from something else I'm going to be working on over the next few days. We didn't get a lot of videos out this weekend here at the Patriot Hour because we had special guests in the area, but we got a lot of talking out. He'll be back one way or another. We'll do some other shows. He'll be beaming in. Folks, it was awesome weekend. We needed to get out. I needed to get out of studio and actually do some real life family function, good veteran stuff, which is like a flag retirement. And they had the riders had a great ride. That all is for they collect their monies to give the veterans and to help them go for the next year. So I think they had their ride, and I can't remember how that works. But again, it's they did all the buying of the tickets and selling off of some stuff.
White elephant sale.
Yeah. So good times. we'll shut this one down. We'll keep it short and sweet. I know Greg's got to be heading out here today, start his trek back towards home. He's got some other stops before he gets home sometime Monday or Tuesday. But
I'm going to see Ben next.
Oh, yeah. So he's heading up to see Ben. Yeah. Ben was actually going to join in, but I think we over-talked on Garage Talk when he got here and then just jumped into this. We planned on doing another one, but I don't think we have time. So we'll see.
We'll see what happens. The checkout at the hotel is 11 o'clock, and it's 10:24 now. So
yeah,
that'll give me 10-15 minutes to get back over there, get the family packed up, and then figure out what we're going to do.
All right. So there you guys heard it. This was a great Patriot Hour, Patriot Tech video.
Amazing show.
So thank you guys.
Good times. Good
Early
fun.
Morning. Glad some of you can join in. We got a couple hundred in the room. And of course, I was recording this, so this will be edited up a little bit, or maybe just put over there to the Patriot Tech or our Raw. So
smash the like button.
Yeah, please hit that like button on your way out.
It's Donna Brazil's face.
Yes. Punch it. No.
Punch it. Sit on it.
Hit that button and share across all your social media platforms, folks.
Love y'all.
God bless.